Motion to approve?
Second?
Second.
Do you want to
we
change
amend
that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Good afternoon. Next item on the agenda is fiscal year 2024 year-end report. The things that I would like to highlight in the report, I'm going to go through the whole thing. The first item, we've had an increase in pre-bid meetings, which is a good thing. We want to make sure that vendors understand the process and have that opportunity to speak in an open setting amongst their other vendors that are going to be competing with them. And also, we have doubled the amount of vendors that are registered in our new IronWave system. It's working out very well, and I want to thank you all for approving that. It's been very successful. We haven't had any issues with any vendors registering or nothing that we've had to encounter in the past with paper bids, like for instance, not signing bids. Also, our auctions are up quite a bit. Last year in revenue, we were at $720,000, and this past fiscal year, we were at $1.3 million. So a big jump in auction proceeds. And we're doing very well with sale of our really old computers that are very, very outdated. They've been going for a really good price as well. Any questions regarding the year-end report? Okay. The next item on the agenda is the internal updates. I'm sorry, I was counting. Is it counting? Countywide updates. Okay. Items that we're currently working on, I'm on the ERP Advisory Committee. We are soliciting, we will be awarding an advisor to give us direction on a new ERP system versus staying with SAP. So each of the large departments that fall under the financial system, such as the auditors, HR, budget, and purchasing, will be on those. Each director will all be on that committee to evaluate and assess our processes with the vendor for recommendation. So that's something that will be coming to court next Tuesday. And we are in the middle of evaluating our new RFP for jail staffing services. We went out for a solicitation for a management company to manage our jails. It wasn't successful, so we're changing it to a jail staffing solution. And we're going to meet with each one of the three large companies to get a little bit of direction on what were the reasons why they did not want to participate in the bid last time. So that feedback is going to help us write a better RFP. We are also getting ready to award mental health providers a software for child custody safe exchange. Our vehicles, we've been successful with that. We have plenty of vehicles, trying to get them turned over and outfitted as quickly as possible. We're also going out for a new e-messaging and notification system. That way we'll have one enterprise system. Also, we are getting ready to award the pulp burial and cremation services. That's a new contract for us under Human Services. So by law, we have to bury unidentified paupers. And we have also taken on contracts for HIV administration, and those contracts have been moving along very well as well. And we are done with our ARPA projects, so we're just in the middle of working with vendors to finalize and contract completion. Any questions on countywide projects? The next item, oh, I'm sorry, I'll let you leave one thing off, our inventory. We have been working with the auditor's office on getting the inventory verified before we sent it out to each of the departments to verify their inventory. We have a tool in the intranet system which allows them to pull down their reports, submit their final inventories, and so far we're at 25% completion. The inventory is due on July 1st of each year to the county auditor. We have done training classes. We also have live video of the training. We have training documents, so we're always available for any needs if anyone needs any help with their inventory this year. And the next item is internal updates. I just have a couple here to point out. We have 2 senior contracts administrators who received their Certified Public Purchasing Officer certification. We have also rolled out our reverse auction and our e-procurement system. That's something that is really helpful if there's a commodity that's pretty volatile, like what we ran through with vehicles. You know, the prices were constantly fluctuating. So reverse auctions is kind of like the auction with Renee Bates. They provide pricing in real time, and we were able to award those immediately. And we've also conducted our newly elected officials training. We did it a little different this year. Purchasing, HR, payroll, budget, audit. We all did ours together since we're so intertwined. So it just made sense to just have the 4 of us do our presentation together. And it seemed to have been very successful as well. And we're still offering our purchasing one-on-one training to our new directors and their staff. So we've done a couple so far, and we already have 2 more scheduled this week and next week. Any questions on internal? Next is an update to our policies and procedures. This is in the section under construction. The request is to, there's an amendment to it as well. And also in your packet is the amended packet. So what we're requesting here is approval to accept bonds prior to waiting for court. So we've had cases where we've had emergencies, for instance, where a pipe would break or guardrails need to be repaired immediately for public safety reasons. So we're asking for acceptance of the payment bond prior to the work, prior to being accepted by court. And that way we don't have to wait until it gets on the next available agenda. And then we'll bring it back for approval after. So that's the difference in the way the policy is written now versus what we're asking today.
How often does something like that occur? I mean, it's a big county, so I imagine stuff happens.
Yeah, you've seen several of our bonds on the court agenda. Some weeks we'll just have 1. Some weeks we may have up to 4 that we're waiting for approval before the work can begin. We've had emergencies such as the windstorm. So we'll assess it to make sure that it's not something where it cannot wait. That's not endangering an employee or the public.
And so the update from the update, meaning the addition today that is not what was put in the packet, basically says for your office to declare something an emergency, you have to get written approval from the county administrator.
Yes.
Okay.
So how it read before, it read the county administrator, the first paragraph, the county administrator to accept the bonds already approved, 4 contracts already approved by Commissioners Court. And then the second sentence is what we added. The purchasing agent and the requesting department will discuss each situation, determine if it meets the emergency criteria, and then it will require written approval by the county administrator.
And so you need a motion for this board to approve that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Can you tell me the last time you didn't do a project because it wasn't approved, or you didn't have the bond? Because if a pipe busts, you're going to stop it without.
Yes, so we had to do an emergency declaration last time we had a flood.
The
one we
Justice
had
Center.
over in- Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had one right there in Vandergrift as well.
Oh, yeah,
in the
we did.
courtroom.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So what is this doing different than that?
This covers the, well, we don't have to get the emergency declaration, which is polling the court.
Okay.
Because we already have annual contracts in place for plumbing, so we can immediately call a plumber because it's already gone out to bid. And now we're just asking to go ahead and accept the bond, and then we'll ratify the bond at a later date.
Okay.
All right, well, I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any no?
All right. And the last item is approval of the 2026 budget. We haven't made many changes there. We decreased our office supply budget. Our electronic bid system was very helpful with that. We probably don't print anything anymore. We're adding an AIA subscription that is used for our construction documents. Those are all the terms and conditions used in construction. So the AIA is always current, and now we can just download the documents. We always have the most current version of the AIA, and it makes it easy for us to make edits and adjust the documents to Tarrant County requirements.
Beth wants to know what AIA stands for.
I heard you loud and clear ask that question.
What does that stand for?
That's architect. Oh, you had to look it up as well.
American Institute of Architects.
Okay.
Yes.
I knew that, they didn't.
Thank you for that, Tracy. Any other questions regarding the budget?
Move to approve the purchasing fiscal year 26 budget.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? No opposed. Is that it?
That's all I have.
Are we supposed to go into close now?
You don't have to go into close. You can, last time you just did it here. I mean, it's.
That is
it's-
appoint you to be the purchasing agent?
Yes.
Yes,
I'm up for
okay,
reappointment.
gotcha. Okay. Move to reappoint you to be the purchasing agent.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
It's 2 years, not 2 years?
It is, it's been 2
It's been
years.
2 years. You had to put up with it.
It goes by really fast.
You know, the older you are. Very long.
Is that it?
Unless you have any other
Unless there are
announcements.
public comments.
Are there any public comments? Hearing none. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Well, I'll second
I'll
it.
second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any noes?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
All right, we gotta run.